Both the other gates are up. This one's getting no power. As you can see, none of the lights are lighting up. And the only break between the bungalow and the mechanism is this box right here. So I have to dig this out and hopefully I can find my fault right in there. I do have voltage at the bungalow, but not out at the signal. I had to manually pin the gate up so people can still walk across. And inside this box is not looking very good. Ants have moved into the box. I'm just glad there's no water in here, but it definitely looks like water has gotten in here. The gasket right there was never installed on it. And most importantly, my wiring connections in here. There's some where there's metal exposed. Now this was done a really long time ago, and I almost completely forgot about this box until I saw it on the sketch. But basically, there's a conduit right here, which runs to that signal base. And then there's a second conduit, which is right there. And that runs over to the far signal. And then there's another conduit, the biggest conduit right there, which goes right into the bungalow and then terminates inside two terminals. And I'm certain that this is where my fault is happening at. I was just looking at the condition of these wires. They are not looking too good. And these are all strapped together. So I have to figure out why that is. But hopefully I'll find the fault in here and get this crossing operating again. The signal base, I'm gonna open that up over there, as well as the far one, as they have some labels on the wiring that tell me what each wire does. Inside here, there's some special numbers that are not typical on the crossings I deal with now. So I'm gonna have to go back through and figure out what these do. So whatever label each signal base has in it, I'll be able to trace those wires back to where they go and then figure out those numbers, see what they go to over here. And then there's another number which runs to the bungalow, and then I'll be able to figure out what those wires do from there. I've opened up both signal bases that this box feeds to, and I went and looked at the wiring I had in it. And on top of the gate mechanism right here having problems, the lighting circuit also has problems. The switch right here is being fed in parallel, the light on function, and it should be fed in series, so I'm going to go and fix that inside the box right here. The fault has been cleared, and here in this box is all the wiring. I cleaned it up a little bit. I have to put in an order for all this to be replaced as far as the wiring connections go. Wire nuts are not allowed as terminal connections. I have to put a terminal block in this junction box. And I also redid some of the wiring in there, so when one gate is down out of these two, the lights will turn on and so will the bells. Before it was both gate mechanisms had to be in the down position for the lights to be on. Now that that's been fixed, the other one does not have a light on function, so that one doesn't deal with the lighting relay at all. I'm going to clean the S40 main lights again, as I didn't get them as clean as I wanted to the last time I was out here.